Hello guys, it's Emily. So today's video, I've been feeling super stressed and in need of a pamper. So today's video is my pamper routine. I hope you guys enjoy. The first thing that I usually like to do is set the mood with a candle. And basically, before I jump into anything, that's what I always have to do. The next thing I usually like to do is start light on my skin by tweezing any hairs that are growing in, and just pluck whatever that I see near my eyebrows that it doesn't belong there, and I just basically shape out my eyebrows and just pluck whatever I feel like is unnecessary to be there and that's growing in weird, or like an ingrown hair on my eyebrow and things like that. So I usually do this for like maybe 5 minutes. I didn't have much hair to pluck. So then I usually go in with some castor oil. I do this usually once in a blue moon when I'm in doing my pamper routine, but this was needed. Castor oil is really, really good for like hair growth and things like that. So I was putting some castor oil on this brush that I had received with the castor oil, and I'm going to brush in my eyebrows. And I know you guys are probably thinking, like, why is she putting castor oil to grow in hair if she just plucked her hair? The reason why I was doing that was because I noticed that I was missing certain hairs and my shape of my eyebrows were just looking very odd to me. So then I went in with this facial razor basically, and I took off any dead skin off my face, and I basically took off all the dead skin hair, like the hairs that was basically making my skin feel disgusting. I actually seen this YouTuber do it. Her name's Lisette, and I noticed a big change in my skin when I started doing this. So I highly suggest this to add it to your pamper routine. And I know it's hard to see the actual hair, but there was a lot. Um, so yeah, I usually grow facial hair. I do grow a lot of like hair on my face, but I do have a lot of peach fuzz where I like to remove it because it makes my skin feel super soft after removing it. And then I go in near my chin and under my nose and things like that. Um, but as you guys can tell, it's very hard to see it, but I was trying to show you guys the best way I can. So basically that's what I usually do with like pre skincare, is I usually just remove any unwanted hair off my face, and I basically do that until I feel satisfied with my skin. Okay, guys, so as you guys can tell, I'm starting going from the top to the bottom and I'm going downwards. And actually, you don't have to use really anything on your face to remove the hair, it just kind of like sheds off your face. It's actually really cool to watch. But I highly suggest doing this to your skin. I just noticed such a big, tremendous difference to my skin, and I noticed how much softer it is and feeling less rough and things like that. And I know I've always noticed that, I've always had like very rough, dry skin, and I feel like this has made my skin so much better. So the next thing, I like to go back in with some castor oil. I usually like to use castor oil on my eyebrows when my eyebrows are not feeling like where I want them to be at. But I also use it on my eyelashes because I notice that my eyelashes have been falling out tremendously, and I usually like to put some castor oil on my eyelashes to make basically bring back that fullness and things like that. Um, because castor oil is really good for like hair and things like that. Like for your, like if you guys want to use it for your scalp, your eyebrows, your eyelashes, things like that. My eyelashes are naturally long, but I like them when I start seeing like hairs falling out. I usually like to use the castor oil, and I feel like I notice such a big difference within a month. So I highly suggest doing this a part of your pamper routine. I know a lot of people how they feel about oils and things like that to their skin. I know it's very sensitive for some people because some people suffer with acne. Um, but I highly suggest this for your eyelashes. It's really, really good. Um, I just noticed that my hair, like I noticed like lately a lot that my hair was just falling out. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do this also on my eyelashes. Why not? I always make sure before putting things like close contact to your eyes, things like that, just to make sure like I don't burn my eye or anything, because that would be terrible. So the next thing is I usually like to jump into my pre-shower routine by going in and brushing my teeth. I feel like this is such an important thing before jumping into the shower or after you got done eating. Usually I like to do my pampering late at night when nobody's awake, so this is like my time to like relax and unwind. And I know I look ridiculous messy, but if your teeth don't look like this when you're brushing your teeth, you're not brushing your teeth right. Um, I usually do this for like 2 minutes straight, and I use my electric toothbrush, and then I usually like to jump into shaving. Um, I usually like to sit at the edge of my tub and shave my legs because I have a hard time with like that shower, like shaving my legs in the shower. I just feel like I'm doing aerobics. So I usually just sit at the edge of my tub and shave my legs front and back. Um, I actually like to use male razors. That's just my preference. I know a lot of females have their own preference, but me personally, I like to use a 5 blade male razor. Um, and this is me going in with my other leg. As you guys can tell, the water was filling up, but the water felt so nice on my feet. I was basically soaking my feet also while doing this. So, um, I usually like to go because I have a hard time like reaching in the back of my legs and things like that, especially if you're standing up. So I feel like this is the easiest way to shave my legs. So yeah. Okay, guys. So this is when I jump in to my shower routine. I know I look like a hot mess. You guys don't need to tell me. My hair was in desperate need of help. My hair was feeling super oily and needed to be washed. So I usually go in with some warm or hot water depending on how I feel, and then I jump in with my Suave shampoo. And I actually been doing this for the last few months is just sticking to washing my scalp and letting the soap basically move down on its own, because when you're wetting it and stuff, um, I actually seen a video that this is actually beneficial for your like dandruff and things like that, where you just wash your scalp and basically scrub it and basically let the soap move down, because the soap is gonna basically rinse your hair. When you're rinsing your hair, the soap moves down. So I basically been focusing on washing my scalp and stuff, and then I will squeeze the bottom, and then I'll go back to scrubbing my scalp. I know I have a lot of hair. Then I usually rinse, and then I go in with my Suave conditioner. I do the same thing. I actually work harder with the conditioner, and I actually put like a good amount because I have a lot of hair. So usually, typically, I like to untangle my hair and basically scrub my scalp. It is so freaking relaxing scrubbing my scalp. Um, And I noticed a huge difference in my hair. Like, I noticed that it gets very volumized when I do this and things like that. And then I rinse. Usually when I shave my legs, I go in with this tree hut, I said tree hut, and then put this on my skin and basically exfoliate. Then I go in with my Glam Glow and basically do a mask in the shower. And obviously you guys can tell, it is like a pasty. It was very pasty like. But I actually really liked it. I was actually worried because I have very sensitive skin where my skin reacts and gets really red, but it doesn't like get pimply or anything. Sometimes I do get hives depending if my skin won't, like, depending on what's in the face scrub. But I actually really liked how this was making my skin feel. I felt like really like refreshed in my face and like my skin. And then I jump into body wash. I use Sensitive Skin Dove, and I'm not going to show you guys washing my body, but yeah, I washed my body, and then I went in with Night Relaxing Clean and Clear, and I basically exfoliated my skin there just to get any gunky stuff out and any like clogged pores. Usually I go in with warm water and to make sure my pores are still open, and then I'll go in with cold water. I know that sounds crazy to do in the shower, but basically to close my pores. Don't mind me, guys, I was just trying to get a thumbnail. But yeah, I basically scrub my face and let it all rinse out with cold water. Okay, my next favorite thing to do is put my fluffy slippers on and then jump into my new silky robe. I am in love with the silky robe. I been wanting one for so long, and I finally got one from Shein. So I've been going out, like getting into my towel, drying off, and then jumping into my silky robe. Honestly, one of the best things I invested my money on. I just feel so like relaxed. And then I jump in to brushing my hair. And I know, guys, I have a lot of hair, so it does take me a while. It may not seem like that in this video, but it takes me like a good 5-10 minutes to brush my hair, depending on how my hair feels and if I have knots. I didn't have too much of crazy knots because I usually untangle it in the shower, and then I also have a detangle brush, which makes it a lot easier to get rid of knots. And then I just loosen my hair, and then I jump in with putting my headband and pushing back my hair away from my face, because the next thing I do is an after shower skincare routine. But usually when you're done washing your hair, I usually personally like to not have any hair in my face. So I usually put this headband on and, you know, have my hair pushed back and things like that. I was feeling myself. So the next thing I usually like to do is start doing my skincare, my after shower skincare. And I go in with this like electric razor just to make sure I got every piece of hair removed, because your girl is very self-conscious about facial hair. I do grow facial hair because of my PCOS and things like that, so I definitely have like a lot of different types of razors that work with me. But the next thing I actually like to go in with is this lash growth thing. And I know I did already put castor oil, but this thing is magic, guys. When I tell you magic, I've been using this for the last year, and I noticed such a big difference in my eyelashes. Plus, using castor oil, it's just like a win-win, double win. So I usually just put this on basically straight across on my, where my eyelashes grow in, and basically across my eyelid where the hair grows in. The next thing I usually like to go in is with some hydration for my skin. I usually go with like a hydrator for my skin because my skin has been feeling super dry and super not alive. So I usually go in with a hydrator. This is also anti-aging, which it prevents like wrinkles. And then I go in with my roller and basically roll my skin. This is like one of my favorite things to do after the shower, especially when I'm doing like a big pamper routine, is doing my skin and basically rolling stuff on my skin. That roller makes me feel so relaxed, and I feel so much circulation running through my skin. And it's just so like relaxing to roll that on your skin. If you females understand, please let me know down in the comments if you guys do this to your skin, because it's one of my favorite parts, is basically rolling basically like any creams or like serums, things like that on your skin. Like, as you guys can tell by my face, I was super relaxed, and in the moment I had my candle lit, things like that. Just took a shower. I just felt so freaking pampered. Like, I love pamper routines, and I think it's necessary when you're a person that likes taking care of skin and things like that. So, ladies, do pamper routines once in a while, because it's definitely good for the skin and good for your mental, physical, and emotional health. So as you guys can tell, I actually like to do my jawline a lot. I noticed a difference like in puffiness in my face. And then I usually go in with just rubbing the rest. Like, if it feels still a little thick on my face, I just go in with my hands. Obviously, my hands were just clean, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But then I go in with a charcoal nose strip, which is like one of my favorite things to do, because I noticed that I do this like every once a month, or maybe like every 2 weeks, depending on how I feel. But this time I haven't done my nose strip in like a few months. So my nose was in desperate need. I noticed that my pores were looking very puffy, and I had blackheads and things like that. So I had to leave this on for 20 minutes, and then I obviously came back and, took it off. But yeah, usually have to like damp it and then let it dry out. Then I went in with moisturizer. Guys, I have such bad dry skin during the summer and especially during the winter. So I usually like to go in with this Pond's moisturizer. It's like one of my favorites. It smells like baby powder. And then I just moisturize my face. I really focus on like my cheeks and my forehead. My forehead gets super, super dry. And I like to usually go in like circular motions, because I feel like, I don't know, I just do a lot of circular motions when I'm putting on things. I just feel like it's better for your skin and things like that. And then I usually like to go around my mouth, because, moisturizer is really good for your skin. So I usually, as you guys can tell, I like to focus big on my forehead, because I do suffer really bad with dry skin on the forehead. And then I just wipe any excess off on my hands, and then I basically work my way down my neck. So then I basically went in with my roller, cleaned that, and then basically rolled my skin and lived in the moment of feeling super relaxed while with a nose strip and a roller on my face. Honestly, guys, I really highly suggest this. It's so freaking relaxing. I can't express it enough. And I did notice like a lot of puffiness in my face and things like that. Like, I noticed such a big difference in my skin since I've been doing this. And you could go to your like local department store or Ulta or just anywhere. A lot of places have this thing. It wasn't like overhyped until this last year. So finally I'm taking off my nose strip, and it actually wasn't as bad as I thought. But there was some stuff, and then there was a little blackness on my nose, which I actually had to clean off. Obviously you guys can't really tell, but there was some gunk on that nose strip. It was disgusting. So then I went in with a little wet napkin and basically wiped off any blackness off my face, from the charcoal. I don't know why this usually happens, but for some reason the charcoal stays on my face sometimes, and then you just have to clean it off. And then I finally go in with my Milani lip mask. I feel like this thing is so good, especially when you're pampering. It makes your lips super soft next day, and it makes it moisturized and things like that. So I highly suggest doing a lip mask before bed, and just take care of yourself, guys. Taking care of yourself is the key to a good pamper routine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.